Welcome back, adventurer. Today's creature has been described as a very sad walking bag of tears. Now, if you fancy a little more heartbreak, then come, pull up a stool at Creature Tavern. Adventurer. You'll be calling this place your second home in no time, the way you keep showing up here. The usual stool and stein? Aye, go on. And how's about a tale to top it all off? Let's go with the Squonk from American folklore. The poor, miserable Squonk. If ever a creature embodied sorrow itself, it would be this pitiful beast. The Squonk is a creature of perpetual woe, a living manifestation of self-loathing and despair. Its very existence is cursed by an overwhelming sense of melancholy, as though the weight of the world's sorrows have been placed upon its small, hunched frame. I had a good few patrons help conjure an image of this unfortunate fiend, and well, let's just say they didn't hold back. Apparently, you won't find a more wretched looking thing in all your travels. Its skin is an ill-fitting mess, said to be a size too big and littered with warts, moles, eczema-ridden scales, blemishes, and patches of shaggy, brittle hair that seem to sprout out at random. Imagine a little pig, but awkward and utterly unkept, with cauliflower ears caked in wax and yellowed, crooked tusks protruding from its sorrowful maw. Apparently, the sight alone is enough to inspire pity, but from what I've found in some resurfaced journals, it's the Squonk's demeanour that truly solidifies its reputation as a creature of tragedy. From the catalogue of Squonk features, everyone who's seen the critter agrees that its most striking feature, without a doubt, are its enormous, watery eyes, eternally brimming with tears. What's interesting is what I found in a few old records, that the Squonk weeps, not out of fear or injury, but simply because it exists. It's quite aware of its ghastly appearance, and worries it'll never be loved or admired, so it mourns its own wretched form every waking moment. And the few who've encountered one speak of a haunting sorrow that lingers in its presence, like a thick aura of sadness, so strong it'll make even the most hardened adventurers feel a lump in their throat. And fun fact, in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, they hold a festival in honour of the miserable beast called Squonkapalooza. So there's a bit of joy in this sad, sad tale. The Squonk's history of habitation is quite a sad story in itself. From what I've got from old scrappy notes and tales from drunken patrons, it seems the Squonk originally roamed scorching, barren deserts, likely to avoid being seen by any other life. But the harsh lands proved too cruel, even for this miserable soul, so from there it seems the creature wandered into swamps, before eventually settling in the hemlock forests of Pennsylvania, where the dense foliage provide that much-needed cover from prying eyes. And it's here, among the towering trees and dimly lit undergrowth, that the Squonk makes its sorrowful home. This creature of ceaseless misery spends its days and nights doing as we all have from time to time, wallowing in self-pity. And can you see that party over there? Yeah, the ones with the lovely dog. They say it strictly travels under the cover of twilight and dusk, forever lamenting its own grotesque existence. These trackers say to find one, simply follow the glistening trail of tears it leaves behind, and you'll have a real good chance of seeing one on a cold, moonlit night, as the Squonk moves even slower. Not just because of the temperature, no, but because it really can't bear the sight of its own reflection. So much so, it avoids every puddle it sees. I honestly can't stress enough just how much this creature seems to hate itself. And in a cruel addition to this sad story, I heard the Squonk has webbed feet, but only on its left side. And it's this unfortunate design that forces the Squonk to swim in hopeless circles till it sinks, exhausted. That's likely why many accounts of the Squonk end with them drowning. Some even claim that when captured or frightened, the Squonk has this most unique escape tactic. It stops, stunned by the event, then dissolves entirely into a puddle of its own tears. After hearing about that, I bet you're even more eager to get your hands on one of these. Well, another aid in tracking this dreary whelp is its melancholy wail. Often heard on the trail, it's apparently a haunting, eerie sound that lingers in the air like a thick, sorrowful stink. Those who've heard it describe it as a blend of deep sorrow and almost like a creepy, childlike whimper. Lucky for you, adventurer, I managed to find record of one hunter, a certain J.P. Wentling, who successfully captured a Squonk. These writings say he mimicked its gloomy wail, luring it close and trapping it in a sack, only for the beast to liquefy in despair before he could display his prize. I can tell you've had this one last question on your mind since we started talking of the Squonk. Well, there's one prevailing theory that says the creature splits in two, like a single-celled organism undergoing mitosis. And given its loathing of its own form, such a method of reproduction might be the only way it tolerates creating more of its kind. Now, if you're lucky enough to encounter the embodiment of sorrow, what should you do? Well, not much really. The only thing I can recommend is to bring a waterproof bag. I couldn't find anything that says what happens to the Squonk after it's turned into tears. It's quite possible that it could turn back. And if it does, it's probably best that you have all the tears. It already looks bad enough. Never mind if it missed an ear or a leg or two. And that's pretty much it, adventurer. The Squonk is a sad, shy little critter. Harder on itself than it'll ever be on you. So if you ever manage to bag one, I'll pay a good coin for the watery remains. Reckon I could sling that as a new brew. And with that, we're finished with our creature for the day. We've learned that if you're thirsty in the forest and you forgot your water skin, there's always drink in a frightened Squonk. Now that bell means it's last call here at Creature Tavern, so grab yourself one more drink for the road, and until next time, tread carefully, adventurer. You never know when you might wander into the weird